Marquise. My biggest accomplishment for 2025 is that I got engaged. I got engaged.
Uh-oh, look there. Surprise. A North Texas woman who many lean on for advice on social media when it comes to being a single mom is single no more. It was a huge Christmas surprise for Sadie, known on social media as Sincerely Sadie XO. Hey there, good to see you. I'm guessing you said yes?
Yes, the ring is here. I definitely said yes.
Show it off, girl. I love it. Let's walk through this awesome moment. So sweet. Your family's doing this TikTok trend that I saw kind of all over, where you basically write like on a little sign and a stick, like your proud accomplishment for 2025, and it's now your now fiance's turn to tell what his big accomplishment is for the year. Take it away.
Yes. Okay. So big shout out to my friends. I actually orchestrated it on myself this game night, which is why I wasn't suspicious of anything. And one of my best friends, Taylor, she came over, she brought the cake. And I was like, why do you have that cake? And then she was like, oh, the accomplishment challenge. And I was like, oh, yes. Because we all do content. I didn't think anything of it. And it was something that I wanted to do, but hadn't gotten around to do yet. So everybody went around saying our accomplishments. I went right before my fiance, and then he went after, and he wouldn't let me see what he was writing on there, but I didn't think anything of it because I'm like, okay, he wants it to be a surprise. And then he wrote on there, my biggest accomplishment of 2025 was getting engaged, and I'm like, wait, and then it hit me, and I was like, oh my goodness. So I was very, very shocked. He absolutely pulled it off, and it's hard to surprise me, and he definitely surprised me.
He brings you over to the middle of the living room then gets down on his knee. It's just the cutest moment. You have more than 100,000 followers on social media. Many of them turned you advice as a single mom. You're not
Mhm.
single anymore. So what now?
Yeah.
Do you go to, like, your advice on co-parenting, your advice? Because there's going to be a lot coming your way now.
Yes, I love that question. So I definitely would say a big part of my audience is single mothers. And I think a big part about what I preach, and I even have it in my bio, is I wear many hats. So, yes, I'm Sadie, and one of the biggest, most important hats that I wear is a mom, but I'm also just Sadie, and I'm lots of other things. I'm a friend, a now fiance, a sister. I have hobbies and things. So I want to continue leaning into that and reminding the women in my community of who they are outside of their responsibilities, who they are just within themselves. And that's something I want to continue preaching. But I also want to continue discussing these things with my community. As much as I impact my community, they impact me. So I'm going into a new, really exciting season because we're blending families. He has a beautiful daughter who's my daughter's age, they're best friends. I have a daughter and son. So now we're blending families. We're going to be getting married. So there's a lot of different transitions that we're going to be going through, and I'm excited to share that and take my community along with me. And they've been nothing but excited, which is really, really exciting. I know that's a big transition, but it's been exciting.
Well, there's a lot of single ladies out there who are super moms as well. I was looking at some of the advice you've given over the years, and you always say make time for yourself, which we know as women, as moms, as business people, it's never easy. I thought it was interesting. You said if you're looking for love in the new year, get out of the house.
Yes.
That was your big
You
thing.
have the house.
Why that?
I would say the biggest reason why I say that is because I think a lot of times as single women, as single moms, we have so much going on that oftentimes with our free time, we do what I like to call just rot on the couch,
Mm.
where we're just kind of not really doing anything. We're not going out and meeting new people. So I really think it's important to remind people, hey, you have to leave the house because it's unlikely that the person who you want to spend your life with is coming on Amazon or delivering your Uber Eats.
I mean,
You
you
have to
never
go out
know.
of the house,
Right.
and not only leaving the house to put yourself in a position to find love, but leaving the house because it's good for your mental health.
Yeah.
Funny enough, I met my now fiance because I was dragged out of the house. I met him at a bowling event.
Oh.
My best friend made me go. I didn't want to go. I was like, I want to stay home and watch Bridgerton. And she was like, no, you're coming with me. And that's how I met him. And that's kind of where the you have to leave the house came from, because that's how I met my fiance, was by actually leaving the house.
Yeah, it can be tough. I get it. You always say that you need to live a soft life. What is a
Yeah.
soft life?
I would say when I refer to soft life, it's to add soft moments to what is conventionally kind of tough. You know what I mean? So when you're a single mom, you're most likely managing everything in your household yourself, from finances to chores to things with your kiddos. So when I say live a soft life, it's really referring to making sure you're taking care of yourself. If you can outsource where you can, outsource. If you can hire a cleaner that can come in 2 times a month, do it. If you can go, get your nails done while your kids are in school, take the time to do that. Making sure you're taking care of your mental health. I think it's really important to make time for yourself outside of all of your responsibilities that you have,
Yeah.
and spending time with friends. That's my favorite way to live a soft life. And sometimes it's not what people would deem soft. A lot of times for me, that's just my best friends coming over and we're hanging out on the couch and having a drink and talking, but it's doing something just for me.
Yeah, and I commend you too. It's not all fun and games, as we know. You even talk about, you were really real and raw about talking about how co-parenting is so tough, and the silence that you feel when your kids go stay with their dad.
Mhm.
And I think that for those that are going through this or are newly divorced, what advice would you give to someone who's in that season of their life?
Yeah, I would say for anyone in that season of your life, and it is a tough season. I want to be honest about that. I think it's important to allow yourself to feel what you're feeling and to talk about it with someone. I think having a friend group is really, really, really helpful to lean on, because sometimes you do need someone to lean on. I would say in those moments where your kids go with their dad, the biggest advice I can give is kind of what I just said, which is taking the time to do something for yourself. You can't pour from an empty cup. And there were so many times where my kids would go with their dad and I was just not doing anything. I wasn't pouring into myself. And then they came back, cup was still empty. And then I was feeling guilty because I wasn't, I didn't have the right energy and I wasn't in a good mood. So I would say allow yourself to feel what you're feeling, but get up and do something for yourself.
Yeah, and that really can be for anyone. I can see where you're coming with that. All right, 2026, is the wedding going to be in 2026?
We are still deciding on a day. It's
Ah,
either going to be 2026, but we also discussed possibly spring of 2027. We
oh,
definitely want to take our time with it, because I know wedding planning, it can take a lot, but 2026, 2027. Stay tuned.
all right, you can follow along. Sincerely, Sadie XO is how you can find her on Instagram and TikTok. Congratulations once again, and thanks for being with us. I'm happy to see you happy.
Yes, thank you so much.